Yo, this is your boy Fat Man. Let's tune into the video, but hold on.
Hold up. Make sure you subscribe and like and turn on the notifications.
Yeah, said it right. Pretty good. All right, high five. There you go. Let's tune into the video. So right now we're watching a video from Hero Hey talking about Silvervale and all the stuff that's happened with VShojo. Let's tune in.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. If you saw my first segment of the day, which I hope you did and I hope you enjoyed, then you know I'm real tired today. I gotta take a nap or something. But first I was finishing up on Twitter and then I saw these tweets and I'm like, dude, how could I not talk about this? I need to do one more segment. Like, I'm confused. And now you viewing this video, be confused with me and have a laugh with me. Let's take a look. We got this one first off, 20K views. Person says, let's go. No more transphobe wolf.
What?
Okay, first of all, her calling out harassment, this does not make her a transphobe. Second, that person...
By everyone's being the word transphobic just means discrimination. And I usually like to tell people, it just stands for discrimination. That's all it is. Like when someone's a whatever, the phobe or something like that is discrimination. Not in the way people hear the word phobia, which means you're scared of something. That's not it. But discrimination is basically what something like that. Like if racism is a form of discrimination and biasness towards whatever the hell. People just have their own points of view. And I think Silvervale was calling out harassment in her chat and people just being kind of mean and someone spamming so much in her chat that things just kind of went crazy. And I personally agree with you. If you're going to monetize and you're going to pick your mental health in your chat and kind of everything you do over other people, it's perfectly okay. In my case.
Person just can't read. Very sorry to hear that. Very concerned for you. She's not like leaving the world. She's not like leaving the internet. She's not like quitting as a VTuber. She's just going indie. She's still gonna be
She's
around.
gonna be independent.
So I guess this person can stay mad.
True.
This one's funny. It says that she's also ableist.
How?
So this is like the tactic where people fail at smearing someone's reputation with buzzwords, and they just try like using more buzzwords. Yeah, okay, good luck with that. We got this person. This one is infamous because this is one of those allies who was harassing people, according to my recollection. And even a lot of trans people were calling out people like this as terrible allies. We're just making things worse for everybody.
Woo!
Anyways, they say, keep in touch with your trans VTuber friends for the next couple of days or so. That comfy wolf announcement is sure to be another catalyst for a hate campaign. Use block and report liberally. In case it wasn't clear enough before, me and what platform and spaces I do have support trans lives, black and indigenous lives, Jewish lives, and the lives of any one marginalized.
I'm gonna need people to stop talking about my life and the life of other people. Listen, as a black man, I don't need you to speak up for me. And you're trans, but I bet money behind that avatar, you're white as day. And personally, you're a dickhead. And you probably think, oh, well, I have black friends, but you're probably a secretly dick-ass racist. Who knows? Personally, I don't care. But I can say this for the most part. Watch what you say and stop trying to lump every community into stuff. And stop using the word cis. All you did was take an S out and put a C, and it still sounds the same. And you just called it cis for straight people. That's so corny. Stop, please. Don't call people of color is the dumbest thing in the world, and the word cis is the dumbest thing in the world. And there's a video coming up. We have a conversation about this stuff. Thank you, Hero Hey, for just being honest.
Lies by society over the hurt feelings of an internet celebrity. Human lives over cis woman tears.
What lives, though?
Kind of weird, that kind of...
Like, I love people when they bring up Jewish people and they bring up lives, but what lives have been hurt from a VTuber? No one, except your mental.
Implies that she's not like a human. Like, what the frick? I told you before, man, there's like some serious misogyny going on with the hate campaign that's been against a number of the VTubers. It is like people who stream Hogwarts Legacy in general. I pointed out many times, like, the people targeted the most by the harassment campaigns were women, and I think that is not coincidence. Anyways, this person's takes are routinely so bad that even large amounts of trans people don't even like them. So continuing, this one's confusing. Silvervale and Vey leaving VShojo has people saying awful, defamatory, and transphobic things about fruit, apricot, and trans people in general. Okay, I just want to comment on the transphobic thing about fruit. Wait, she's not trans, is she? Did I miss the memo here? Like, is this another one of those things where I'm gonna like question that, and then I'm gonna get backlash for like hating someone's headcanon when all I'm doing is asking a question? Is this person's headcanon that fruit is trans? Like, what's going on here? I don't even know. Moving on. There's a whole giant thread here, 41,000 plus views. Yeah, I told you, I had to take a nap, dude. It's starting to catch up with me more and more. I already drank too much caffeine. I'm not going to overdo it on that, so I got to make do. Excuse me. Reads, can't wait for more death threats because the trans community caused Silvervale to leave VShojo. Person then added all this, but I'm too tired to read this all. I just want to laugh at some funny stuff. There's got to be a shorter comment around here. What's this? Wait, what? She played the wizard game. People called her out on it. She had a terrible response and said she was harassed and doxxed by Twitter freaks.
Probably was.
Actually, that seems like a pretty good response. Like what?
Like that's a pretty good response if it's true, and by no one's else recollection but hers, it's a true response.
What is she supposed to call people who harass and try to dox her? Twitter freak is totally a fine thing to call them, is it not? I would even argue that's probably one of the more mild things that she could have called them. And then we got this one with over 1,100 likes and 72,000 plus views. Posts 4 images I'm not going to show. It's got a bunch of profanity and stuff, and I'm way too lazy to edit that all right now. But anyways, the take says, pay attention how the replies are mostly normal, upset, but supportive, or just surprised, compared to the quote retweets on Fruit's polite response. If it's more trans people, that's throwing Silver under the bus, according to them. But harassment is never okay, though, huh? True. Interestingly enough, that person actually gets an answer to their question, and their reaction, their response to that is to hide it. Replies hidden, and there you go. The OP then adding that it's disappointing that you don't even need to be trans to get this absurd harassment. Just being supportive of us is enough to drive these people to extreme harassment. I don't know about that. Like, speaking in general now for myself, I covered Hogwarts Legacy stuff, and I went out of my way in many of the segments to talk about how plenty of trans people were not harassing people, were just cool and chill, and or even actually playing Hogwarts Legacy. And I haven't had any harassment from these like groups of people that you're alleging. So
there's a huge problem with that. If Hero Hey and even what Clownfish have said, it, everybody has trans friends, and everybody's like, look, it's just a game. It's just a game. You don't like J.K. Rowling? Cool. Don't support J.K. Rowling. But other people are still going to do that. And there's not an ounce of shred of dignity to support somebody if you don't like them. But when it comes down to it like this, it's the grand scheme of a conversation, right? You don't like a VTuber because she was getting attacked and she just stopped all the harassment. But personally, for you, it's like, well, that's not fair. That's messed up. Who says it's messed up? It seems right to me personally, but hey, I'm probably not the smartest cookie in the cookie jar. I might be a little cracked down the middle, pause. But in reality, it's like that makes so much sense to have a conversation about things and not have people attack you on it. It makes sense. And for people who are out there who are trans and you feel like, well, we're getting attacked from all sides, including the internet. I'm like, well, that's life sometimes. Welcome to being discriminated against or people not liking you because you feel like there's a such thing as trans kids. Personally, I don't care. I don't. I've been a black man in this world, and the moment that you get at least a taste of what we do, you really start to realize that it's nothing compared to that. Unless you live your life, be calm, be well. If someone dead names you or says your old name, cool, just shrug it off like a bag of chips. Move forward with your life. Stop looking at everything as an attack on your existence and understand that who you are is who you are. I can't change that. I can't tell you who to be. Personally, live your life, but realize not everything is an attack on you. But then there's other people that are going to campaign, take over your movements, and really use it against you, which is completely unfair. And don't go online harassing, attacking, threatening, any of that stuff to other people who may disagree with a conversation, disagree with you on certain matters. Point blank. Let's continue.
So I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is some people are just weird and or they're just toxic. And then it gets even worse when some weird toxic people decide to do weird toxic things and then they try and say that any criticism they get for doing like stuff like harassing and doxing is just transphobia.
True.
Like that's obviously just ridiculous. And once again, I will also point out that there's been a lot of trans people calling out that sort of behavior. So shouts out to those people. And even for myself, if you look up like official definitions for gender nonconforming, you go on like hrc.org or whatever. I mean, it pretty much describes me. If you see like my pictures and stuff, that would definitely apply. And all that said, I don't really care too much about these definitions for a number of reasons, like who made them and why should I care what they think or say? I'm just going to be myself.
See, and he's adding something to the conversation like, well, who made this definition? Because this doesn't describe me. It could be me, but at the same time, it's not. and whoever made this doesn't speak for me. It's a very, very loud voice in the room of someone who's gender non-conforming, as Hirohei could be.
But the point still stands. If we're going to talk about this Twitter activism and whatnot, I technically would fall under that category. A lot of people seem to use these sort of definitions and whatnot, so I'll play ball, okay? As a gender non-conforming person, I have no issue with Silvervale calling out Twitter freaks, etc., etc., etc. Actually, I think Silvervale's pretty funny. And just thinking about her saying Twitter freak kind of makes me want to hear her say it again. Let's run it back to the original clip.
We are going to play a game, and I will preface this that I do not condone the ideals of this author. I just want to be a wizard, and I want to play my wizard game that made my childhood worth living and the adventures that I went on with my friends. And I'm gonna be a wizard, and we're gonna enjoy this game, and I will not be bullied. Bunch of Twitter freaks with nothing better to do with their lives. Be nice to people. If you want to make changes, go make actual changes instead of harassing streamers on the internet.
True.
LGBT people are awesome. Twitter people are not awesome.
True.
F you.
Hey.
Wizard game!
Okay, it was definitely satisfying hearing her say Twitter freaks again. Like,
Twitter freaks.
the way she said it, man, there's just something about it. Oh, it's great. But I forgot how mild her take was. Like, after reading all these months of people saying the worst stuff about her, despite the fact that I already watched this clip multiple times, I forgot it was that mild. Wait, she like literally disavowed JK. She literally stood up for LGBT people, including T. Like, some people seem to forget that. And all she did was disavow Twitter freaks. You know, the harassment.
And she didn't agree with J.K. Rowling. The problem here is people want to pick and choose. It's like most religions, right? And look, we all have freedom and free will to pick and choose whatever the hell we want. I feel when it comes down to it, the picking and choosing of someone's ideas and how someone feels really comes into contact with you is crazy.
And doxers and all that. And somehow that still got spun into her being a transphobe and whatever else. Like, wow. Like, what more could she have done? Again, she disavowed JK. She said she supports LGBT people and they're awesome, but that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. Because how dare she talk about the harassment and doxing that was going on? Like, what? How does this possibly, in anyone's mind, seem like a good move to, like, get mad at her for that? And then you wonder why that's like a bad PR move on your end. Like, why are people upset? I can't imagine why. We only wanted to harass and insult and say misogynistic, sexist things about this woman who did like literally nothing wrong, and even says she supports LGBT people. But yeah, let's go harass her, do awful things to her, and then play the victim afterwards, and then be shocked that public perception towards us is not very good, and that even other trans people are not happy with us. Yeah, I can't imagine why. Oh my gosh. In conclusion, do you also remember when there were people upset at Silvervale for her color scheme being like similar to the trans flag? Anyways, in conclusion, that was a fun trip down recent memory lane. Stuff happened, what, like 2 months ago? So not that long ago, but still. Hope you enjoyed this segment. I mean, to be fair, we also took a look at a bunch of new stuff in the segment too. Just the end was kind of like some prior stuff. But yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will see you there. And of course,
shouts to Hirohei. Mans is on point. Mans knows how to talk it. Mans knows what to say. Honestly, when it comes to the whole Silvervale thing and it came to VTubers, I'm glad most of this beef is finished. And if you got beef with these people, calm down. The trans community is not on fucking fire. No one's destroying or shooting at you guys, except for the trans shooter out there who died because they weren't to die by cop. And a lot of people call that person a victim. I call that person a monster. Either way you slice it, it's not fair, right? But long story short, the fact that you're on Twitter and you're trying to be a keyboard activist, it's very different. It's kind of like the keyboard warriors, right? People make fun of people for going to someone's defense. I made fun of Stinko for white knighting for Fresh or Fit when Charlie was making fun of Fresh. Personally, you got to really know to handle your business and handle conversations and really move accordingly. You should talk about something, but address the situations and the problems. Don't just attack people who are making content or living their lives. This is your boy Fat Man. Make sure to like, subscribe, people are notified. And for me to you, remember to never give up, never surrender, keep on grinding. Peace. And I am out. Also, let me know what you think about Hero Hayes takes. Let's go. He's the man. Twitter freaks.
Shit.
Getting bit on drum.
This is the last one.
You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill.
This is the last
Some
one.
of you niggas get your front teeth for grills. And I ain't talking about the contract.
I ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All them niggas fallin' like all them niggas. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous.
Yeah, man.
Niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story, so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.